What you're looking at here are Sabal Palms in our garden, here on the north end of Salt Spring Island. There's Sabal Birmingham here that I grew from seed, and two Sabal Birmingham. And this is a Sabal that I've had for years in my greenhouse, unheated greenhouse in the winter. A buddy of mine brought this seed back from somewhere in the Caribbean. Maybe it wasn't, maybe it was Bermuda. And he gave it to me probably about maybe 7 years ago, something like that. So it was small when I got it, and it was just so root bound, so I decided to put it in the ground. I don't know the exact species of Sabal, but I'm guessing it is a pretty hardy palm, so we'll see how it does here. This is a southwest slope in our garden, and it bakes on this spot. So I do have other Sabals outside, and they do just fine here on Salt Spring Island. Even though we are across the street from the ocean, we're far enough away where we still get the heat units here, especially at the back of the house on the southwest slope. So anyway, we'll see how it does. I dug a nice big hole in here, filled it up with some really good topsoil, and surprisingly enough that there wasn't any rocks when I dug in here. On this slope, it's actually quite loamy. It used to be forest in this area, and I kind of nuked the trees about 4 years ago and planted a subtropical garden. So got bananas and all sorts of exotics growing down here. So all day sun, pretty much this gets. When the sun comes around, it gets very hot, like I say, so and that's what Sabal's like. I'll keep it watered. I've actually had it sitting in a tray of water in the greenhouse constantly. Sabals do like the water, and it soaked it up. The roots are actually coming out of the bottom of a 5-gallon pot. So it's got the nice Costa palmate fan leaves on it, stiff, and they're kind of blue, so maybe you Sabal experts might know what this is. I'll have to ask the guy that brought the seed back where exactly. It may have very well been the Caribbean and not Bermuda, so it could be a Casaria. And I know they are hardy in the Pacific Northwest, because there is a big one growing in Seattle, and it's been growing there since '89, and I've seen it about 19 years ago. I went down to see it, and it was decent size then, and it's a lot bigger now, and it's never been protected. So survival of the fittest here. And Sabal Birmingham are fully hardy. I got the seed from Macon, Georgia to grow these ones. And I have Sabal Minor over there, and I do have other Sabal Minors. I have McCurtain outside as well. Had it outside for probably 15, 16 years now, and I do have Rapatophyllum and lots of other different palm trees in our garden here on the north end of Salt Spring Island. At one point this did dry out a while ago, and you can see the ends of the fronds did get a little crispy here, so we better clip that off and make sure we water it well, because it gets very dry here on Salt Spring Island. Forest fire rating right now is already at high, and it'll probably be extreme soon. The island, if you're on lake water, you're already on phase 2 water restrictions, and phase 3 is coming up shortly. Probably the long weekend in May will probably be phase 3 water restrictions, which means no more sprinkling your lawn or watering your gardens. So there you have it, folks. Actually, there's 4 Sabals down in here. There's some Sabal Minor as well. Sabal Birmingham, Sabal Minor, and some unknown Sabal right there. So thanks for watching, folks, and maybe you Sabal experts know what that Sabal is. The smaller ones, and here's the bigger one, and I'll give you an idea how big the trunk is. Right there. It's actually not bad. Pretty nice size palm. 48 degrees north latitude here, by the way, on Salt Spring Island here in the southern Gulf Islands. So Sabal rosei growing in town for a long time, and like I say, this far north they grow slow, but winters aren't cold enough to damage them.